So I was watching this keynote from Microsoft CEO Satya Nadella and I noticed this amazing slide. Just look for a second. So here we can see the slide in the background appearing and multiple different elements or cards appearing on the slide and then sliding to the left. So it's a very clever way to use a lot of content on a slide, but in a subtle way. And I think it's a really cool slide that could be used for multiple occasions. Basically anything to remove bullet points, to showcase features or benefits of a product, to show different locations. It could be anything that is a list form that you could add in this format. So let's give it a try and see if we can recreate it. I suppose they're using Microsoft PowerPoint, so let's give it a go. So we're starting from a completely blank slide. I'm going to change the layout to blank and then paste in one of the images I found to set up a color palette so we can get a similar look and feel. For that, I'm adding some circles to the slide. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's do 6. And on the first one, I'm going to grab the color picker and select the dark background. Press OK and repeat the steps for the others. So we're going to grab some of the colors here, the key colors from the presentation, so that we can use it later on to build the entire slide. You can use this technique with any other image inspiration that you get. For example, on Pinterest, if you scroll around and you find some nice colors, you can easily do it like this and build your own color palette that you like. That was the same, so I'm going to make this one the purple variant. Do it right here. And then go for the red one, like the orange tone. Let's see that we have them all, or at least the most important ones for us to use. I think this one will be a bit brighter than the other, so I'm going to get rid of that one. And then maybe copy one more. So we get that light gray tone. Maybe they're using a standard one, but I just want to make sure that I get it. So I'm looking for that arrow key. And let's make it a bit lighter ourselves. I think that will fit better. There you go. So now we want to design the color palette. So I'm going to Design tab. And then I'm choosing the colors and then Customize colors. Here I want to call it Microsoft Build. And then I'm using these 6 accent colors. So the first one, put it aside. Just color pick that. You can also do it directly in here, but I like to have my color palette on the screen to see if it matches. Accent 2, accent 3, number 4 is going to be the purple, 5 is that red, and then 6 is going to be that gray tone. There you go, press enter or save, and that now opens up we've added our gradient palette. So if we now add anything on the slide, shape, and we go to shape fill, we can see that the color palette is now available. So that's a very good start for us. And now we can start looking at the slide. So important when making this type of presentation with a lot of content and a lot of changes is that you have a clear workflow. What I usually do is I start with the static version, and then once that is approved, especially if you're working with multiple people, then you go to the animation part. So first make all the static content, and then once ready and final, go to the animations. If you start with the animations while doing everything and someone asks changes, it's going to become very messy very fast. So usually start with the static one and then go to the animated version. So that's what we're going to do. Right click, format background, and let's give this the solid fill of that dark blue. That's already a good start. Now we're going to add some of the images. So let's go to insert, icons, and then go to images. And here we add the stock images. Let's just type in people and take some of the available images here. So it doesn't have to be perfect. I'm going to start with one. Let's take this, crop the shape, and we have those rounded corners in the example. So we want to achieve that result. Let me maybe paste the image here on the screen so I can explain a bit what I'm looking at and trying to get in the slide. So if we want to add the images, we want to have those rounded corners. So that gives to that modern aesthetic and look and feel. So we right click, crop. That doesn't do it, so we have to go to picture format, crop the shape, and then rounded corners. Here we see them appear. Crop again, and then make it a lot smaller until we have that sort of rectangular look and feel. It's more than a square. Now we're going to select the shape and then adjust the handles. So it doesn't have to be very rounded, but it also is not a just plain square. So we're going for a slight curve around the edges. That's why we get the same look and feel that we have here. Now what else is on the slide? First we have the rounded corners or the image. that we have checked off. So let's mark it like this. That's the first part. Secondly, we want to have this text box here. So what is that? That is a rounded rectangle with a gradient fill on it. So we're going to add that to the slide. Add a rounded rectangle and place it in the middle. Let's give it a solid color so we can see what's happening and remove the outline. And just increase the roundness entirely until you have this sort of long pill shape. And that's what we want to have here. Now we also have that gradient. So we're going to start with that one. Now what I notice about the gradients here is that they sort of follow along. So here we see that it ends with blue and this one starts with blue. The next one, it ends with purple and this one starts with purple, ends with orange, starts with orange. So it's connecting the different parts and that adds for the overall aesthetic of your presentation. So we're going to keep that in mind. And for that, I'm going to use my right click format shape, the color palette that we've used, and gradient fill. Remove the stops. We only need 2 stops from left to right. So we're going to put that from left to right and then put them not all the way to the edge, but almost. Now let's look at the color palette and use, for example, the green one first, and then go to our second color, which is the light green. So that's the first one we want to achieve. Add a nice text box. We can either type in the box itself or add a text box. I kind of like to add a text box. I think that gives it a bit more flexibility. So I think they use countries, so let's type in Switzerland. For the font, I'm using Aptos, the standard Microsoft font. I think there's a good chance they're using that one as well in their presentation. So let's increase that and place it in the center of your box. Oops. There we go. Now that we have those 2 parts covered, we can see there's another box here at the bottom. And for that, they're using a very similar, it's also a rounded rectangle in shape with that same gradient color and some text to it. So I'm going to duplicate what we have here, paste it at the bottom, and make it larger. Now, of course, this looks a bit odd, so I'm going to make it just as the same width. And we want to have the same roundness of the corner at the bottom with the image. So that's what we want to achieve. So adjust the roundness and make sure that it nicely matches the bottom, and then just adjust until you have the same roundness. You can always decrease it in size until you have about the same feeling. They all look the same, so that's consistent. We want to stick to that. And then 2 lines of text. There's a bit of a transparency on it because I can see his body running through. So we're also going to add that. Go to the title or to the box, select the gradient stop, and then add a transparency. Not much. Let's say 7%, I think that will do. And then just repeat that for the other one, 7%. We're going to add a text box and here type in some dummy text. So I'm just typing this text in as a placeholder. So if you have your own content, you can always add it here. I think that already looks quite close to what they have on the Microsoft Build slide here. So we have made one block of the different ones that we have. Now I'm going to put it to the side. Let's also look, it takes up the majority of the screen. So I think also in height, we're looking at a very similar approach. So what we'll now do is we will copy this and look at the different gradient stops. So I'm going to do it like this, everything together, Control C, Control V, or you can always select everything and then use that Option Shift or Control Shift on the Windows drag to create a copy. Give it some spacing and then repeat that step until you see that guide mark appear where we have the same amount of stops. Now, if you want, like this, we will have 2 or 3 on the slide at a time. If you want to have more, you can always scale them down, but let's do 5 in our example. So we have 3 on the slide and they sort of rotate. Now I'm going to change the gradient. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to flip the direction 180 degrees. That way the blue is already in the right position. Repeat for the other one, 180 degrees. And we're going to change the green tone to that purple. Let's repeat that, change the green to the purple. And here we type in, for example, Indonesia and United States. You can always increase it if it shifts to a different line. And I repeat the same process here. So we want to have that purple. So we make that purple. And then it goes to red. Here we repeat red and the other one is purple. For the images, if you want to have a different image, we're going to insert icons. Let's take some more images. Let's type in people. Let's stay in that same people format. I'll select this one and just take a few examples. Of course, this doesn't matter too much. It's just a demo, so I'm taking some random images that I think will look nice. Let's do 4 in total. Voila, and add them to the slide. I'll just put them on a new slide so we can easily work with those and copy one of the original images. What I like to do is Ctrl-Shift-C and then Ctrl-Shift-V to put that same corner radius on it. So it's like the copy format, and that works quite well. Now we can just crop, set the crop marks to the same height, and then adjust the image until it fits. And this way we have the same radius on the images. Repeat, Ctrl-C, Ctrl-Shift-C, Ctrl-Shift-V, paste it, adjust the crop marks, and increase the image. Again here, and repeat that step until you have done it for all of the images and they all have that same dimension. So I'm going to copy this one as a second one, paste it, send it to back, and then I can remove this one instead. Now, of course, if you look at the positioning of the image, it could be a little bit better. So this head is now way larger than this one. So if you want to change that, you could. I think this image will fit better for you for United States. Send it back. You see this fits better. This one jumps out a bit. So if you want, we can still change that. I'll go for this one and send it back. You see that already feels more in balance. So we have Switzerland, Indonesia, United States. I'm going to copy that again. And then just adjust the content. So let's do one, maybe Japan. And shift everything to the side. Now we want to change the colors. So start from that bright red color. So right click format shape again. I'm going to change this 180 degrees. And then change this top to, well, we can just do it to the first one again. You see this color combination doesn't look so nice. So I'm going to go for blue first. Maybe purple again. I think that could also work. And then we just reverse it. I think that's the best way to go in this case. And now we adjust it like this. Also here we can do 0 to put it back with that purple. And then we can end with the blue. Now, of course, this image has to change. So let's add 2 more images. And then here we do, for example, Canada. Let's adjust that so that everything looks fine. That seems to be quite good. So now that we have these 5, I'm going to group them together. So group, or at least all the components per tab that we have created. So group those. And then there's a few things we can do. Now we have the static version created. So what happened in the presentation is that they animated it. First they had an in animation and then they had a transition. I'll show you first in the different ones that we can do with the animation. The easiest way I would do it in this case. And once we have everything grouped as one, what I like to do is I like to have the starting position here so that 2, almost 3 are on the screen. Duplicate the slide and then just drag it so that the other ones now fly in the screen and until the last one is in position. Select the second slide, go to transitions and morph. This goes very fast. So if we change that to, for example, 60 seconds, like 1 minute, and we then preview, we can see that as soon as we click, the slide will start shifting and very slowly in the background, the content will shift from one to the next and eventually until everything is on the screen. So it's a very neat way to put, for example, customer reviews on your slide. So that is the first thing that you could do for the morph animation. I think that's the easiest. The other one that you could do is if you want to animate it. Group everything together, just like this. Have a fly animation, fly in, float in for everything at once. And then I'm going to do a draw line where I position it like this. Oops. Draw a line, select, hold shift, and drag it to the left. Then adjust the red one until the last person is sort of in place. And then we want to have that on a click. No, we want to have that with previous. And the duration can be slow. 5 seconds is still fast, so custom, let's do it 30 seconds. You can really choose how much this is for you. And now let's preview. And then as soon as we click, it fades in and the presentation will start looping. So you can see that the content is slowly shifting to the left, while everything on the right, it now appears. The cool thing is that we have this color consistency. So in between the different blocks, we have that color transparency and that color gradient running through. So it's a nice way to show, for example, benefits, in this case, locations or people in a creative way in your presentation. So thanks a lot for watching, and I hope you liked this tutorial. If you want to see more PowerPoint tutorials, let me know in the comments below and I'll be happy to create them.